All right, so I think I'm going to start. So as you might have already heard or know, in this project there is like specific area to cover because we kind of know the needs on the one side of the inhabitants, but we also know, of course, the needs of the refugees. So they're very different. So we kind of need to get them together. And so we started by very specifically tried to summarize all the, from our point of view, needs that the refugees need. So we, kind of did which is on the right side. You might not be able to read it, but like a list which we wanted to fulfill and put into the Entwurf. I'm missing this word.
Design, yeah.
Design, yeah, it's called like this. So I think I'm going to slide through this and directly come to the concept of our the name is being presented on the next page. So I think I'm going to start and you can take over after some minutes, Jan.
Yeah, perfect.
So we summarized the design by formulating 3 guiding principles. As I told you, there are different needs of both sides. So we was a very big point for us to don't reach sorry, my English is not on point the early morning. To get together the needs of both sides. So we didn't want to cover the area or the land area with buildings and so on. We rather wanted to make it more attractive for the people already living there. So it was a goal for us to not only reach flexibility for the buildings we are going to build, but also for enhancing the green structure, the greenness, call it, of the existing building field. So one thing was to move the buildings on the water. Next point was that as we wanted to have the maximum flexibility, we formed small modules which are kind of putting into shelves, like a structure where you can put out different modulars in different floors of the building, so that we get a flexibility for each individual or probably family that they might come here and find one of these boxes, kind of. If they're going to move out, you can take any of these boxes out, so that there is also in between time-wise seen a flexibility for people who are going to come and go. So there's a fluctuation, kind of, which is made possible here. And to make this fluctuation possible, we kind of needed also the elemented flexibility, which is the third part of our principles. Well, we come to the modules at the end or later. So the different modules are able to add to each other to form different sizes of living space, also for different needs. For example, there's someone coming alone here. A student might not need as much space as a 4 people family. So also in this way, we wanted to have the maximum flexibility. Maybe you want to take over?
I carry on. So the next part is a modular application. It's also connected to the elements or elemental flexibility. And it shows cases we have on our side as well, but it's also possible to build this different types of typological buildings on any site you imagine on the world. And as you see, for example, you can put it into a block in the city, or as well as solitaires somewhere in the nowhere. And that's as well our concept, to say we have the single boxes, and you can put it wherever you go after your stay in Vienna. The next part is adaptive occupancy. That means you can we can react on different demands of housing. Yeah. So, for example, we have a lot of refugees. We have to housing. We can increase our occupancy. Sorry. And the last part is the organization chart. There you can see diametrically our floor plan. We have the center part, where it's kind of community center with all the public needs. For example, a cafe, a supermarket, as well like workshop or kindergarten. Then from this platform, it's on the water, you go to the semi-public spaces where it's more private, and the people who live there, the habitats, can have like smaller community meetings, or like do their gardening stuff. And from this platforms, finally, you go to your houses or to your modulars.
I might want to add that with this structure, we had the possibility to kind of very directly have the possibility to formulate how we want to have the mixed users and the private users and so on. So with having the buildings on the water, we were able to place bridges at exact places, situations. So we could very much decide which usages, or how the organization works, how the people are having more private spaces, as Jan already described. Probably just some words to the milestones on the right side. As we're building on the water, we tried to achieve a very fast adaptation to different needs, also in terms of there might be problems in different areas of the world. So we wanted to help people in other areas, and probably you might need just one ship, and this one ship can, for example, as other groups already mentioned, tried to show in the Ukraine, we could have a ship in as little as a week or something. So yeah, we just tried to show the time stamps in which we are able to have answers to different needs also after the usage. In the future, this would be the plan, that everyone kind of takes his own box, or even the whole ship, and puts it on water or on land in different areas of the world, and in the end, which is going to be left there, coming in the next page, kind of. So we didn't mention the project name yet, so it's Floating Shelves, which is trying to combine the very modular and planned side of the project, of the shelves. You can also mention take out different boxes, put them in, leave some out, and so have a very flexible building. But also, as I wanted to describe, it's floating, so we are very flexible. On the other hand, taking out boxes relocating the whole building structure and so on. So yeah, the picture on the right top might show the how it could look at the start. So the trees are still small, so the whole thing also, of course, needs time to kind of grow. People are coming, the needs are changing, the options of probably consummation for people already living there for coffee and so on. We're coming to this part later. Are changing, so it tries to be a very adaptive design. It's the axonometric. I might not need to say too much here. Yeah, I hope we described the picture of it enough already. So let's come to the urban plan.
Yeah.
Jan, you want to?
Yeah, so just a short interruption. So as you see here, if you remind the organization chart 2 slides before, you see what we meant with just different platforms. As you see, this not rectangular shaped center parts are the public spaces. From there, you can go to those middle parts between, or in this, yeah, you see where the green dots are. This is a semi-public part, and from there you go to the living parts. And I think it's a really direct. Yeah, you see, it's really directly put into design our chart.
So also section, as I mentioned at the beginning, we wanted to have a better quality for both sides of also inhabitants, also refugees. So it was a main goal for us to achieve top up or to increase the qualities of the existing structure, which is this area. It's of course for if the Danube is protected from flooding over. Right now it's just concrete and a little bit of grass. So we mainly wanted to have little usage there, or let's call it, let's say, yeah, usage. I mean, yeah, with, for example, doing sports, having a seat, just having a walk, and so on. So not very determined what happens there, but giving space for different needs and yeah, greening up, if this is the word, the structure, and also with the height of the existing buildings, we tried to keep the which is from our point of view the biggest quality of the existing structure, the nice view to the Danube, and also the other side, the Danube Island it's called here. So we wanted to keep that and even have more quality in this from this side.
Yeah, it's also in terms of sustainability. We don't seal the ground in this design, so it's only for this short-term stay. And if the structure moves, there will be no leftovers of sealed ground, so the water can be drained directly into the surface of the earth.
Right. So this is a little bit more in detail. I might continue into the next slide. Just a few words. So this is the public area where different functions are having space, like everything that kind of combines the needs of more ships. Probably you want to have ships with more younger people, ships with more elderly people. So in these areas, in the mixed use areas, public areas, we might have crafting areas or workshop areas, also teaching areas, and for smaller children, kindergarten, and so on. Then you have the semi-public areas, where you can already see that because of the shelf structure, we're able to take out some of these boxes and put these boxes on the middle ship, which is lighter in its density. It has less density. So on one hand, we get some extra space here, indoor space, to have these semi-public areas, semi-indoor public areas, and also have some free space here in between of the living spaces. And if the ships are going to shipped away to different areas, you just take these boxes, put them in, and ship them away. So this should work in, let's say, 2 days. Should, from our point of view, should be a very flexible and fast way to adapt to fast changes. Oh, I forgot to mention, we all also wanted, because right now the people living there are kind of having a hard time to get to the Danube, because they need to, I'm going back, walk the whole way around and take one of these 2 bridges. So it might be 10 minutes or something, which is, from our point of view, a bit annoying, because if you have a nice view in front of your house, in front of your flat, but you're not able to just walk there in some minutes. So we wanted to connect the existing building structure and also the newly built public area, and the green line, I'll call it, with these 2 bridges. Yeah, which is also seen here. So it's above the rails. So let's keep on going. Jan, you want to have 1 or 2 words? I think this we already described.
Yeah, we already described this. Yeah, so this are the public spaces, and we already mentioned, and here you can see in detail how we solved this design. You see also the modular structure, and it's different from the living modules. We have higher ceilings for better proportions in these rooms.
What probably needs to be mentioned is that these areas are going to be left there. So these kind of are for docking the ships, and this could also be a totally different structure or form or whatever. So if you're going to change the location of the ships, you have the possibility to choose another form or whatever. So this is what we chose. This is going to be left there, and in the future, you of course might not need a kindergarten at the sea. You might probably, but if you don't, you can integrate another function in there. Also, if you don't need a function, you can just, because it's a light structure, you can probably just leave the roof there and have some shady areas, shady in a positive way.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So I think we're going to leave few words here. This is just the sea view. With the existing structure behind, so you can see that the height of the buildings is on purpose very, compared to the existing structure, low. Yeah. Section, also section the view of the public areas, a little bit higher, greater glass areas. So yeah. So we described these the ships already. Maybe Jan, you can have some words on the accessibility of the boxes and so on.
Yeah, so we have here, we see here like a perspective or more atmospheric drawing. And yeah, in the middle part, you see kind of staircases, maybe you can see it, but yeah, we have per bar, we have one staircase. Yeah, but you can see here the connection between all the parts, the public, semi-public, and private parts.
So as we wanted to try out the different ways of using these boxes for different situations, as we mentioned at the beginning, the medical center is not directly on the not on the water and not on the, I don't know if it's the right word, the dam, which is right next to the Danube, the short higher part. I'm sorry, I don't know the word. The medical center is in the existing structure, town side, and here we wanted to try out or show that it's also possible to, if you're having a, let's take a probably extreme example, but sadly not wrong. You might have a corner of a existing city structure which is getting bombed away, and you could close this area with our boxes and have a very flexible way to have answers to such areas. And this we wanted to try out with the medical center. From our point of view, this is a function which, of course, also the inhabitants, the Viennese inhabitants need, and also the refugees need. So we build it directly into the city. This is planned to be left there, and it should be a medical center also in future. And both sides of the users are going to use this. Yeah. This might be the hardest part to show on a digital presentation because it's just too small, but these are some details. As you can see in the right top, we didn't want to build a tent. I don't know if you got IKEA. It's a furniture shop, kind of. We wanted to have with our axonometric modules, and I mentioned it at the beginning, just some words to this. This is our box, and it's 3.5 times 7 meters, and it has some left holes. Yeah, no, just 1 minute. I'm sorry, Marcus. Just some left holes, so they are getting some extra models put in, so you can have a door, a window, just close this area, and with this way you can add another box next to it, like here, and so on. So you can have a 150 square meter flat if you want to. You can also just have this 20 square meter flat. So yeah, way of adapting to different needs. I think, as Marcus already wrote, we are exceeding the time. So I think we are going to stop here. Last slide. And thanks for your attention.
Yeah, thank you.